درسنا اليوم عن المفعول المطلق. المطلق. So previously we have learned al-maf'ul bi. Ingat lagi ya? So in previous classes you have learned al-maf'ulu bi. Al-maf'ulun bi is the object kan? Objek untuk perkara yang kita lakukan benda tu. So you call it al-maf'ul bi. But in Arabic grammar there are several other maf'ul. It is not just maf'ul bi. We have several other types of maf'ul. So one of them is al-maf'ul al-mutlaq. Okay, one of them is al-maf'ul al-mutlaq. So the word al-maf'ul mutlaq here it can be translated as the absolute object. Mutlaq kan, or absolute object. So what is this maf'ul mutlaq? Jadi nak faham, to understand maf'ul mutlaq, let us look at the qa'idah. We go to the qa'idah. Okay, what is al-maf'ul mutlaq? Al-maf'ul al-mutlaq, or the absolute object, is a masdar. Masdar. Nahnu darasna al-masdar. You have learned what is masdar and verbal noun. So in the lesson of al-masdar, we have seen that there are two types of masdar. You can refer to the lesson of masdar. The first type of masdar is masdar that we have to refer to the dictionary, to the qamus, or we call it masdar sama'i. For three-letter fi'il, you do not know what is the wazan. Okay, you have to refer to the dictionary. But another type of masdar, four-letter fi'il and above, you can form the masdar using the wazan that we have learned. Okay, so this is again masdar. So maf'ul mutlaq is basically you use a masdar, you use a verbal noun, and then it is in the state of mansub. It is always in the state of mansub. So as you have learned previously, when a word is in the state of mansub, you will end the word with a fathah. Okay, you will end the word with a fathah. Okay, and then here mushtaqun min lafzil fi'li. Mushtaqun min lafzil fi'li. So this is referring to the masdar. So masdar is mushtaq. Mushtaq means derived. We have learned this word before. Mushtaq. So the word is derived from the fi'l, from the lafz of the fi'l. So it must be from the same fi'l. You form a masdar and it is taken from a fi'l. So basically this is similar to what you have learned before about masdar. So now this is related to the maf'ul mutlaq. So why do you use masdar in the jumlah or in the sentence? Because you want to show this. وَيَدُلُّ عَلَى حَدَثٍ. Oh, sorry, this is also a part of the masdar. يَدُلُّ عَلَى حَدَثٍ. So what is a masdar or what is a verbal noun? Verbal noun, it shows an action, hadas, an action, غَيْرِ مُقْتَرِنٍ. Without, ghairi, without, muqtarinin, without without being related to zaman, to time, meaning that you have the word is having the meaning of an action but without the time. So if you have time, for example, when you say zahaba, so this is an action, a verb, and at the same time you have the time, past tense, fi'il madin, zahaba, he went. So this is considered as a fi'il. But a masdar, the masdar of the fi'il zahaba is zahab. So when we say zahab, zahab means going. It is an action. It tells us about an action, but there is no zaman. There is no time. We don't say when or go or is going, just going. Right? So this is the difference between normal fi'il and a masdar. So this is actually a revision of what we have learned previously about masdar. Okay. Now, why do you need this masdar in a sentence? Okay. The function of the masdar when it becomes maf'ul mutlaq is this. Wa yu'akkidu al-fi'la. Okay, so please underline this part. Wa yu'akkidu al-fi'la. Yu'akkidu means to emphasize on an action, on the verb, meaning that you want to say you really have done that action. Okay, so that is the function of al-maf'ul al-mutlaq in the sentence. Alright? So the purpose is to tawkid or yu'akidu al-fi'l. Alright? And it must be using a masdar. Okay? Alright. Now, let us look at the examples. If you look at the first jumla, al-jumla al-ula, nasaha al-abu al-walada. So here you have nasaha. This is a fi'l. Nasaha, bima'na to advise. Nasaha, and this is the fa'il. Al-abu, the father advised. Okay, who did he advise? This is the maf'ulun bi, al-walad. So al-abu nasaha al-walad. The father advised his son or the son. Okay. Now if you look at ba, this is the same jumlah. Nasahal abu al-walada. But what you want to say now, you want to emphasize on this action, nasaha. You want to say, see, the father really has advised the son. So how do you say he really has done that? So one of the way is by adding masdar in the end of the sentence. So here, if you look at the word, it is noshan or noshun. Non, sad, ha. If you notice, the word noshun here is similar to the word nasoha because it is taken from the same fi'il. So nasoha is the fi'il, but here noshun, this is the masdar. Okay, so what do? If you want to emphasize on the fi'il, you just form a normal sentence, but then in the end, you take the verb that you want to emphasize and then find the masdar. Okay, in this case, because this is three-letter fi'il, you have to refer to the dictionary. So the dictionary will tell you that the masdar is noshun. So you take the word noshun, you put it in the end of the sentence. Okay, nos, but remember here they say that maf'ul mutlaq is in the state of nasab, mansub. So it is always in the state of mansub. So instead of saying noshun, you end it with a fathah. So now it becomes noshan. Okay, so you don't read noshun anymore, you change to noshan. So, and as always, whenever you have a tanween, fathah in the end, you will support the word with an alif. So that is why it becomes noshan. Okay, so now how do you translate the sentence? Nasahal abu al-walada, the father advised the son. This part, it is difficult to translate because the function is just to emphasize. So you can add any word like he really has advised the son. He has advised the son, and so on. Okay, so there is no exact translation for maf'ul mutlaq. So it is understood from the sentence that you want to emphasize the verb. All right. So this is what we mean by al-maf'ul al-mutlaq. Okay, just one word. Just take the masdar, put it in the end. All right. Now, any questions so far for the first jumlah? Ada soalan tak? Ya.
Saya depan itu kena katakan start daripada fa'il ke? Ataupun boleh kalau kata nama dulu.
Boleh. It's okay. You can also say al-abu. You can write al-abu. Sorry. Instead of nasaha al-abu al-walada, you can also write al-abu nasaha al-walad. But even though this is now jumlah apa ni? This is now jumlah ismiyah and this is jumlah fi'liyah. So that is not a problem. You can write jumlah fi'liyah that start with a fi'il. You can also write jumlah ismiyah that start with a noun. But what is important here is you have a verb. You have a verb. So you want to emphasize on this verb. So in Arabic, there are many ways to emphasize. Okay, one of them is what you have learned previously is by adding the word inna. Okay, you can just add inna. So, but inna, when you want to use inna, you have to make sure that the sentence is jumlah ismiyah. You need to have a noun. Then you can say inna. For example, if you write al-abu nasoha, so al-abu is a noun. So if you want to emphasize the whole sentence, you can just put inna. Okay, you can put inna. So now you have emphasized, okay, on the whole sentence. You can say, indeed, the father. But the difference is that when you say inna, you are emphasizing on the father. You are emphasizing the father. Indeed, it is the father who has advised the son, not the mother, not somebody else. Okay, so that is when you say inna. But when you use jumlah fi'liyah, okay, in this sentence, it is jumlah fi'liyah. You start with nasaha. You want to emphasize on the verb, on the action. So to emphasize on the action, you cannot use inna. No, because inna is only used for a noun. So in this case, we need to use other method to emphasize. So how do you use? How do you emphasize for this sentence? Then you have to use maf'ul mutlaq. But as you ask, if you write al-abu nasoha, you can also write maf'ul mutlaq in the end. In this case, you are not emphasizing on the father, you are emphasizing on the action. But the meaning is more or less similar. You can say innal aba nasohal walada, or you can say al-abu nasohal walada noshan. So it is correct. Or you can combine, you can also say innal aba nasahal walada noshan. So our focus is here. So and in order for you to use this maf'ul mutlaq, you need to make sure that the verb exists in the sentence. It doesn't matter whether you start with the sentence with the verb or you start with the noun, it is not a problem. Okay, boleh.
Okay, Ustaz.
Boleh, okay. Any other question? Okay. Let us look at the sentence. This is the second sentence. Al-jumlatu thaniya. Al-jumlatu thaniya. Qara'a al-ustazul qissa. Al-ustaz, you can say qara'a al-ustazul qissa, or you can also say al-ustazu qara'a al-qissa. Both means the same. Okay, the ustaz read the story. Okay, so now what we want to do is you want to emphasize on the action. You want to say ustaz really has read the story. Okay, what did he do? He read the story, not he did something else. So how do you emphasize the whole sentence, or how do you emphasize the action? So since this is you have a verb, okay, so you can use a masdar. You can find a masdar of this verb and then just put it in the end. So what is the masdar for the fi'il qara'a? Again, since this is 3-letter fi'il, qaf ra'a, you have to refer to the dictionary. So in the dictionary, they will say qara'a, the masdar is this. Qira'atan. Qira'atan. So what do? You just put the word qira'a in the end of the sentence. Okay? You put the masdar of this verb. So you say qara'al ustazul qissah. So he really, the ustaz really has read the qissah. So you put it qira'ah. And again, do not forget that maf'ul mutlaq is always in the state of mansub, nasab, mansub. So when it is mansub, so we end it with a fathah. So we say qira'atan and not qira'atun or qira'atin. Okay, so this is the second sentence. Qara al ustazul qissa qira'atan. So here you emphasize, okay, on for the action of qara'a. Okay, any question for the second al-jumlah? Qara al ustazul qissa qira'atan. And if you notice, if you look at the masdar here, the maf'ul mutlaq, you don't put alif lam. Okay, no need to say an-nusha. No, you just say nushan. You just say qira'atan. You just say ziyaratan. Alright? So this is the second jumlah. We look at the third jumlah. Third jumlah, Zara Muhammadun Sadiqahu. Or you can also say Muhammadun Zara Sadiqahu. Both means the same. Zara Muhammad visited his friend. So now what you want to do is you want to emphasize on this action Zara. You want to say he really has visited his friend. So how do you say that? Of course, there are many ways. But for this lesson, we use maf'ul mutlaq. Okay, we use this method, which is maf'ul mutlaq. So how do you use maf'ul mutlaq? You look at the verb. And then, again, find the masdar in the dictionary. So from the dictionary, they will tell you that the masdar is ziyarah. Okay, so zara, the masdar is ziyarah. So what do? You just put the word ziyarah in the end of the sentence. So now you say Zara Muhammadun Sadiqahu Ziyarah, and the last letter is always in the state of mansub, so you put a fathah. So you say ziyaratan. Okay, so the meaning is Muhammad has indeed visited his friend. So there is no need to translate this individual word, ziyaratan, qira'atan, or nushan. Okay, any question? Easy?
No, Ustaz.
Ustaz,
No, not easy. Yes,
Ustaz.
yeah.
So kiranya that in order for us to like emphasize that he has done that something, we have to look up on the dictionary lah to know what's the
Masdar.
masdar for it, right?
Correct. If it is 3-letter fi'il, yes, you have to look up in a dictionary.
Okay.
But if it is 4-letter fi'il, you can refer to the lesson masdar. The lesson on masdar, where you can just form the masdar based on the wazan.
So in the exam later on, like what kind of fi'il the, that will be used for this exercise for the question lah.
What kind of fi'il?
I mean, would the fi'il be the 3-letter fi'il or the 4-letter fi'il?
It depends. If you look at the exercise, later you will see 4-letter fi'il as well. So this actually covers the topic of al-masdar again. So masdar is very important for us to understand this lesson. Okay. Any other question? Okay, if there is no question, let us look. Of course, this is just the lesson that we covered here is just the basic lesson of al-maf'ul al-mutlaq. So I just want to add something here. Here they say that the function of a maf'ul mutlaq is to emphasize the fi'il. Okay, but actually this is just one reason. This is just one reason why you use maf'ul mutlaq in a sentence. There are 2 other reasons. Okay, I just show you in a brief, because in the exercises we will see some examples. They use maf'ul mutlaq for the second reason. The second reason for using maf'ul mutlaq, you can add this, but yeah, you can add this. We say the second reason, au yubayyin yubayyinu naw'ahu. This is the second reason for using maf'ul mutlaq, which is to explain. Yubayyin means to explain. To explain. Naw'ahu, the type of the fi'il. You want to explain the type of this fi'il. You want to explain the type of this fi'il. You do not just want to emphasize. In these sentences, it is just to emphasize. Nasahal abu nushan, emphasize. Qara'a qira'atan, again, this is only for emphasize. Only for emphasize. So if it is just one word, normally it is to emphasize. But sometimes you will also see after the masdar or after the maf'ul mutlaq, they put another word. They put an adjective, for example. So here, for example, I don't just say nasahal abu al-walada nushan, but I add another word, which is jayyidan. Mana jayyidan? Jayyid bimana? Good. So now the meaning has changed. The meaning is no longer you want to say the father has indeed advised his walad. Why? Because of this. Because of this, now the word Jayyid is explaining what kind of nasiha, what kind of advice that the father gave his child or his son. So here we say the father advised the son a good advice. You see, now this is the meaning has changed. So, but it is still using the maf'ul mutlaq. The difference is that you add an adjective after the maf'ul mutlaq. So if you see this 2 words, nushan jayidan, then you know the function is no longer for tawkid or yu'akkidul fi'li, to emphasize. But this is now to explain the type, to explain the advice. What kind of advice is that? Okay, I give you another example. We look at example number 2. Qara al-ustazul qissata qira'atan. In this case, it is just qira'ah, only one word. So again, this is to emphasize that the Ustaz has indeed has read the story. But now, sometimes you will see another word after the word qira'ah. You can have an adjective, for example. How did he read? How did the Ustaz read the qissah? Maybe we say qira'atan bati'atan. Anybody knows what is bati'ah? Bati'ah, the opposite of sari'ah. Sari yang bermakna tak ada ingat. Sari, surah, fast. Sari is fast. So bati'ah is slow. So in this jumlah, qara al-ustazul qissata qira'atan bati'ah. Okay, it is no longer for emphasis, but this is to say that the ustaz read the story. How did he read the story? How was the recitation? How was the reading? Slowly. He read it slowly. So if you can see, we still use the same maf'ul mutlaq, but by adding another word after the maf'ul mutlaq, the meaning has changed. Okay, the meaning is no longer for yu'akid, or sometimes we just say tawkid, to emphasize, to emphasize, but this is now to explain what kind of action is that. Okay, whether it is slow or fast and so on. Another example, the last example. Zara Muhammadun sadiqahu ziyarah. Muhammad visited his friend. Now you have only one word, ziyarah. So again, this is to emphasize. But sometimes they might write Zara Muhammadun sadiqahu ziyaratu al-mahabbah. What kind of visit is that? What is mahabbah? Loving. So it is not just a normal visit. He visited his friend, this kind of visit. So meaning that he visited because he loved his friend. Okay. So again, if you see one word, it is to emphasize. But if you see it, then it is to explain the type. Okay. So this is, most of the time you will see either this or this. Okay. Any question for the second type? Okay, we will see this in the example in the exercise, inshallah. The third type, okay, the last type. So this is the second type to explain. The third type is how yubayyin. Again, yubayyin to explain. This is also to explain. This is the second one is to explain the type. But this one is yubayyin adadahu. Adadahu. Al-adad bermakna, we have learned the word adad. Wahid, isnan, salasa, arba'a. Bilangan. So now, why they use maf'ul mutlaq is because they want to explain how many times did he do that action. How many times? So for example, I just give you an example. Yeah, for this one, qara'a. Maybe we say qara'a al-ustazu blah 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 blah. And then in the end we say qira'atan wahidatan. We put a number. We put a number. So now the meaning is no longer to emphasize, but now we want to mention how many times did he read. So how many times? Qira'atan wahidatan.
One time.
One time only. Okay. So again, sometimes you have either numbers or you have to explain. So this is the third type of the third function of maf'ul mutlaq. Okay, but for the exam, we just focus on the first one and the second one. So because sometimes they will put this second one. The third one, we leave it because for the third one, we need to learn another lesson. Okay, the masdar will be a bit different. Okay, so we skip this part. But the second part is also similar to the first one, except that you add one word after that. Okay, so this is also another function of al-maf'ul al-mutlaq. Al-maf'ul al-mutlaq. All right. So now let us look at the tadrib. Okay, tadrib. التدريب التدريب الأول اختر الجواب المناسب. اختار, choose الجواب المناسب. So here they have given you okay, you have the sentences, and then in the end you need to put a suitable maf'ul mutlaq. Okay, so here they give you several choices. We need to find the correct masdar. Okay, you need to find what is the correct masdar for the verb mentioned in the sentence. So again, you look at the masdar, you look at the fi'il. If it is 3-letter fi'il, then of course the masdar you need to refer to the dictionary. Okay, but if it is 4-letter fi'il, for example, ain, lam, lam, so here you have 2 lam. Ain, lam, lam, mim, allama, then you can refer to the wazan. Allama, what is the masdar for allama? So refer to the wazan, so you will get the correct, okay, the correct masdar. Okay, let us try number 1. Let us try number 1. Darasa Muhammadunil hisaba. Muhammad learn hisab. Hisab is mathematics, calculation, hisab. So Muhammad learn mathematics. Okay. So which one is the masdar for the word darasa? What do you think? So here they give you 3 words. Darsun, durusan, darsan. Darsun and darsan is the same word. The difference is this one ends with dhamma, darsun, the other one ends with a fathah, darsan. Durus, that is the jama' for the word dars. So which one do you think is the correct choice?
Durusan.
Durusan.
Darsan.
Darsan. Durusan or darsan?
Darsan.
Darsan. Okay. What about the first one? Is this correct? To be
No.
almost
No, because it's not mansub.
it is not mansub. But the word itself, is it a masdar for darasa? Yes, this is the masdar. So this can be correct, but you need to change to fathah. You need to say darsan. Okay, so this one is no. The second one, durusan. Durusan is the jama' for dars. So can you use jama' as maf'ul mutlaq? You need to refer to the lesson again. Do you see any jama' for the maf'ul mutlaq? No, right? No. Because what? Because you know what? Because this is for the first function, which is to tawkid. You ask it. So when you want to emphasize, you don't need to change to mufrad, musanna, jama'. No need. Just use the mufrad. Okay, there is no need to change. No need to change to the half. But when you want to use to explain this and this, then yes, you can change to musanna, you can change to jama'. But at the moment, we just focus on the first one, tawkid. Normally, you use the singular word, okay, the mufrad word. So in this case, there is no need to change to jama' durusan. We just use the singular word, the mufrad word, which is dars, and it ends with a fathah, darsan. Okay, so this is the correct answer for the first jumlah. Al-jumlatu thaniyah. Allama al-muallimu al-lughata al-arabiyyah. Allama bimana? To learn, to teach, to know. Which one?
Teach.
To teach, yes. Allama is to teach. Allama is to teach. Muallimu is to teach. So allama al-muallimu al-lughata, this is the maf'ul bih, lughata al-arabiyyah. So now what we want to do is we want to emphasize on the action. Yes, the teacher has indeed teach them al-lugha al-arabiyyah. So what is the correct masdar to use? Then if you look at fi'il, this is 4-letter fi'il, ain, lam, lam, mim. Then you need to refer to masdar. Okay. Please refer to the lesson on masdar and find what is the wazan. If you remember what is the wazan, this is fa, allama, the wazan for the fi'il is fa'ala. So if the fi'il is fa'ala, what is the masdar? From the lesson on masdar. We have 2, right? From the lesson, we have 2 wazan. The first is taf'ila. The first is taf'ila. The second is taf'il. So if you use the first one, taf'ila, allama, it becomes
Ta'lima.
ta'lima. Okay, that is the first one, ta'lima. And what is the second one? If we use taf'il.
Takdim.
Ta'lim. So if you still remember in the topic of masdar, I have mentioned that if you have these two wazan, so in the end you need to refer to the dictionary because the usages sometimes can be different. But in this case, if you look at the answer, do you see ta'lima? No, right? So there is no ta'lima. What you have here is ta'lim. So this one, the ta'lim. So then this is the correct answer. So we say allamal muallimul lughatal arabiyyata ta'liman. So the meaning is that, just to emphasize, indeed the teacher has taught the Lughah al-Arabiyyah. And of course it is not mu'alliman, mu'allim is teacher. And ilman, ilman is from a different wazan. Ilm is also this is also a masdar. But this is not from the fi'il allama because this is from a different fi'il which is alima. So now we need the correct masdar for the fi'il that you use in the sentence. Okay, so that is why we choose ta'liman. Okay, let us try number 3. Istaghfara al-abdu rabbahu. Istaghfara, we have learned this word. Istaghfara bermakna to seek for
Forgiveness.
forgiveness. Istaghfara, seek for forgiveness. So the servant, the slave, the abdu, the servant of Allah is seeking or he seek forgiveness from his God, Rabbahu. So now you want to emphasize, you want to say, yes, really, he has seek for forgiveness. So you want to put the masdar as the maf'ul mutlaq. So what is the masdar? Ghafur, istighfaran, istighfarin. Of course, you can ignore this part because this here it ends with a kasrah. So definitely this cannot be the maf'ul mutlaq. Okay, so we have to either ghafuran or istighfaran. So what do you think? Which one is the masdar for istighfaran? Istighfaran, correct. Yes, because istighfaran, this is 6-letter fi'il. Alif, sin, ta, rin, fara. So you refer to the lesson of masdar istighfara, you will see that the masdar is istighfar. Istighfar. So we just add an in the end. So we say istighfara al-abdu rabbahu istighfaran. He really has asked for forgiveness. Okay, good. Rakam 4. Rabba al-walidu umara. Rabba al-walidu umara. Rabba bermakna he has educated. Rabba, yurabbi. Rabba, yurabbi fi'il mudhari. Yurabbi. Murabbi, the person, the educator. Murabbi, we call him murabbi. So Rabba is the fi'il. Al-walid, the father. So the father has educated Umar. Okay, now we want to put a masdar or we want to put a maf'ul mutlaq in the end. So find a masdar for the word Rabba. Find the masdar for the, how many letters here? Ra, ba, ba, alif maksura. 4 letters. So 4 letters. So 4 letters, we need to find what is the word that Rabba is from the word, this is Rabbaya actually. Rabbaya, so then the wazan is fa'ala. Okay, so look at the wazan. Here we have, okay, this is similar to what we had just now, fa'ala. Fa'ala. So from the lesson of wazan, we know that the wazan can be either tafila or tafil. Tafila or tafila. Change Rabba to tafila. What will happen?
Tarbiyah.
Tarbiyah. Good. Rabba becomes tarbiyah. Tarbiyatun. Yes. So this is the masdar, tarbiyah. So do you see tarbiyah in the answers? Yes, we have all the three words. The same word, tarbiyah, tarbiyah, tarbiyah. So this is the masdar, tarbiyah. But what is the correct one to make it maf'ul mutlaq?
Tarbiyatan.
Of course, tarbiyah.
Tarbiyatan.
Yes, because maf'ul mutlaq need to end with a fathah because it is in the state of mansub. So we say Rabbal walidu umara tarbiyatan. Okay. So so this brings us to the function of maf'ul mutlaq again. So just now we said that if it is only one word, If it is only tarbiyatan in the end, so we say Rabbal walidu umara tarbiyatan. Only the word tarbiyah without the word Islamiyah. What is the function? Is it to emphasize or to explain the types?
Imagine how
Without the word Islamiyah, just the word tarbiyah.
To emphasize.
To emphasize.
just the verb.
Yes, if it is to emphasize the action, yes. If you just say Rabbal walidu umara tarbiyatan, so that is to emphasize. But now you see there is another word which is an adjective to the word tarbiyah. So if you see this word, and most of the time they will be similar in terms of the ending, tarbiyatan islamiyatan. So this is an adjective to it. So when you have an adjective to the word to the maf'ul mutlaq, so this is no longer to emphasize. This is now to explain the type. How was the tarbiyah? How is the tarbiyah? Or what kind of tarbiyah?
Islamic tarbiyah.
Islamic tarbiyah. Okay, so that is another function of using maf'ul mutlaq. Okay, so you can choose. If they say just write maf'ul mutlaq and they don't say whether it is to emphasize, whether it is to explain the type, it is up to you. As long as you use the correct masdar, the sentence is correct. Okay, good. The last jumlah, intasharal islamu wasian. Again, here you have another word following the masdar. So again, this is also to explain the action. What kind of action is that? How was it? Okay, that is wasian. Intashara bermakna, anybody knows intashara? Spread, tersebar, intashara. So here they want to say that Islam spread. How was it? How was the spreading of
Widely.
Islam? Yeah, so now you want to say the spreading of Islam widely.
Widespread.
So widespread. So yes, they want to say widespread. So what is the word? Intashara, you need to find a masdar. Okay. So intashara, again, this is 5 letter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letter at the end. And of course, provided that they don't give you this. Provided that they don't give you this, you need to find what is the masdar. So let us try this. The masdar, intashara, this is, what is the wazan, intashara?
Infa'ala.
Infa'ala. Okay, let us check. Is it infa'ala? Intashara. Okay, if you say that this is infa'ala, intashara is infa'ala. Okay, let us check. What is the root word then? What is the root word for intashara? If we say this is infa'ala. Nun is the additional letter, right? Alif and nun additional letter. The original letter fa, ain, lam. So what is the original letter? What are the original letters here?
Tashara.
Tashara. Then we say tashara. Is there a word? Is it a word, tashara? Tashara is not a word. There is no tashara. So what does this tell us? This tells us that fa'ala is not the correct wazan. So we need to find another wazan.
Ifta'ala.
Ifta'ala. Okay, we try another one. Ifta'ala. Alif, fa, ta, ain, lam. Alif, fa, ta, ain, lam. Ifta'ala. So intashara. Intashara. Alif, nun, ta, shin, ra. Okay. So alif is the additional letter. Ta is the additional letter. Ta is the additional letter. Alif is the letter. So here, what is the root word?
Nashara.
Nashara. Yes. So the word is nashara, to spread. Nashara, to spread. So the word is, yes, correct. The word is nashara. So from here we know that the wazan is ifta'ala and not infa'ala. Okay, so this too sometimes it is a bit confusing. So you need to test. So you need to test which one is the correct one. So the wazan is not infa'ala, but it is ifta'ala. What is the masdar for ifta'ala?
Ifti'al.
Ifti'al. Good. So ifta'ala, the masdar is ifti'al. So from here we can find the wazan of intashara. Intashara, so it becomes
Intishar.
intishar. So spreading. The spreading of Islam intisharul Islam. So you take the word intishar and put it in the sentence. You put it in the you put it in the sentence. Intasharal Islamu intishar. Okay, now we choose the correct one. Maf'ul mutlaq must be in the state of mansub. So the correct one is of course intishar.
Intisharon.
So we put it here intishar. So again, if it is only the word, one word intisharan, then it is to emphasize. But now you have an adjective. So this is not to emphasize, this is to explain. Okay, how was it spread? What spread? Intisharan wasi'an. Okay, so from the example here, you have seen the two types of, the two functions of maf'ul mutlaq. Okay, any questions for this exercise?
Tak ada.
Very good, all right. So we try the second one. Okay, at-tadribul ba. At-tadribul ba. So now you find the masdar or maf'ul mutlaq on your own. Imla'il faraq bil maf'ulil mutlaq bil munasib. So what is the suitable maf'ul mutlaq? Okay, try to find the maf'ul mutlaq and then give me the answer. Look up in the dictionary. Of course, the first one jalasa, 3-letter fi'il. You need to find in the dictionary. No wazan to follow. The second one nazara is also 3-letter fi'il. Nazara. So find in the dictionary. Number 3 akrama. This is 4-letter fi'il. Then you can find from the wazan. Ahsana, also 4-letter fi'il. So there is a wazan that you can follow. Number 5, qala, 3-letter fi'il. No wazan. Find in the dictionary. Then put the word in the end of the sentence and make it in the state of mansub. Then you have a correct maf'ul mutlaq to explain to emphasize the action. You can also add an adjective. You can try after you have found the masdar, you can add an adjective to make it to explain what kind of action is that. Okay, try this one. Jalasa Muhammadun. Muhammad sat down. You want to emphasize, you want to say really, he really has sat down. So
Julusan, sir.
julus, okay, yes. So the masdar for the word jalasa is correct, is julus. Jim, lam, waw, sin. So that is the masdar. But now you want to make it maf'ul mutlaq. What you need to do is you end it with a fathah. And as most of the word, when it ends with a fathah, what you need to do next is to add an alif. Okay, so this is the word julusan. Correct, sorry. Jalasa Muhammadun julusan. Indeed, Muhammad has sat down. Okay. Anybody want to add another word after the word julus? You want to explain what kind of how did he sit? Julusan, maybe we can just say jayidan. What does it mean now if I add the word jayidan in the end? Good sitting. You said it nicely, for example. Okay, julusan jayidan. Or you can also, for example, I give you another example. I say julusal ajuz, for example. Julusal marid, for example. Ma makna marid? Marid bermakna
Rosak kan Ustaz?
rosak kan? No, marid bukan rosak. Marid, a sick person, a patient. Sakit kan, marid. Okay, so what does it mean when I say julusal marid? So here I want to explain, how did he sit? Just like a patient, just like a sick person. Meaning that he did not sit like he said like a sick person. So this can be a maf'ul mutlaq as well. But this is not to emphasize, this is to explain how did he sit? Just like a patient. Okay, so that is another way of using maf'ul mutlaq in a sentence. Number 2. Nazarat Khadijatu ila zawjiha. Khadijah looked at her husband. Nazara. Nazara. Okay. Find the masdar. Nazara. Yanzuru. Mudhari is yanzuru. What is the masdar? Again, this is 3-letter fi'il. Find in the kamus. Nazara yanzuru. Of course, it will start with nun, but what is the word?
Nazaran.
Nazaran. Nazaran. Nazaran. Nazar. Nah, sahih. So the word is nazar. Nazarat Khadijatu ila zawjiha nazar. Okay, make it maf'ul mutlaq. End it with a fathah. So we say nazar. Nazarat. Yes, so now it becomes the correct maf'ul mutlaq. Nazarat Khadijatu ila zawjiha nazaran. Okay, so this is to emphasize. If you want to add an adjective, how did he look at her husband? How did she look at her husband? Nazaran tawilan, for example. He looked at her husband for a long time. Tawilan. So you can add another example, another adjective if you want. Okay, but the most important part is to find the correct masdar. So this is optional. Number 3, akrama. Akrama al-muslimu daifa. The Muslim, he honored his guest or the guest. Akrama. This is 4-letter fi'il. Akrama. So you can find the masdar immediately without looking at the dictionary. Af'ala. What is the masdar? Af'ala yuf'ilu. Anybody remember? Af'ala yuf'ilu. If'al. Good, yes. If'al. This is the masdar. If'al. Okay, so from the word from if'al.
Ikram.
Ikram. Good. So the word ikram. Ikram. And since now it becomes a maf'ul mutlaq, so this is the correct word. Akrama al-muslimu dhaifa ikraman. Akrama. Yes. Akrama ikraman. Indeed, he has honored. Number 4. Ahsan al-ibnu ila ummihi. The son has done good things. Ahsana bimana to do good things. We say ahsana, to do good things. So the son has done good things to his mother. Ahsana al-ibnu ila ummihi. So this is similar to akrama. Ahsana, af'ala, akrama. So you should get this immediately. Akrama, ikraman, ahsana,
Ihsana.
ihsana. Now, the correct masdar and correct maf'ul mutlaq. Ahsana al-ibnu ila ummihi ihsanan. Ihsanan. Okay, good. Qala Zaidun. Zaidun said. Zaidun said. You want to say, indeed, Zaidun has said. You want to find a masdar. Find this in the dictionary because this is 3-letter fi'il. So what is the word? Qala mudhari is yaqulu, masdar is qa.
Kolan.
Qalan.
Kulan.
Qulan. It is qawl. It is qawl. The word is qawl. And the ending with a tanween, fatha, qawlan. Qawla. This is the masdar. Okay. Qala yaqulu qawl. So as I have said previously when we learned about masdar, it is good if you can have your own list of fi'il madi, fi'il madin, followed by fi'il mudhari, and followed by masdar. Okay, so you will memorize them, inshallah. Qala yaqulu qawlan. You remember them. Qala yaqulu qawlan. Qala Zaidun qawlan. Okay, so now this is to emphasize. What if you want to add another adjective, another word? What kind of word did Zaid say? You want to explain, not to emphasize anymore. You want to explain what kind of word?
Hasanan.
Qawlan. Hasanan. Good. Yes, you can say, oh, he has said qawlan hasanan. So now the function has changed from emphasis to explaining the type of the action. Okay, so this is the second tadrib. Now, okay, we look at the third one, the last tadrib for this topic, which is jumlah. Istamil kullasmin minal asma'il atiyah fi jumalin mufidah. So you use all these sentences in a jumlah mufidah. Okay, first, that is the first instruction, write using this word in a sentence. But there's the condition is that min haythu, this is the condition where it should be yakunu maf'ulan mutlaq, meaning that this word should be maf'ul mutlaq. Okay, so when it is a maf'ul mutlaq, what you need to do is you need to find the fi'l, because maf'ul mutlaq is explaining the fi'l, emphasizing the fi'l. So you need to find the fi'l. So this is now reverse. The process is a reverse process. So in the previous example, you find the masdar from the verb. Now they gave you the masdar. So you need to find the verb and then form a sentence using that verb and just add this in the end. Okay, let us find together. What is the masdar? Sorry, what is the fi'l for the masdar tafkir? This is taf'il. I give you the wazan. The wazan is taf'il. So when the masdar is taf'il, what is the fi'l? Is it fa'ala, tafa'ala, fa'ala? Fakkara. Good. This is from the fi'l fa'ala. So when you know this, you will be able to identify the fi'l, which is fakkara. Okay, so fakkara means to think. So next, you just complete the sentence. Who think what? Who think, and then you just put tafkiran in the end. Just give a fa'il. Just write a fa'il. Let us write a fa'il. Fakkara. Any
Al-mu'allim.
al-mu'allimu. Fakkara al-mu'allimu. Maybe you can add, he think about maza. Anil, for example. Fakkara, about the lesson.
Ad-dars.
Anid
Ad-dars.
Okay, fakkara al-mu'allimu anid talib fasalan, about the student. Okay, so it is up to you. Anid dars, fakkara anid darsi. Okay, now you don't have, this is just a normal sentence without any tawkid. Okay, you want to emphasize. So what do? Add a maf'ul mutlaq in the end. So what was the masdar? What is the masdar? Tafkiran. Okay, tafkiran. So now this is to emphasize. If you want to explain, then you just add another word. Tafkiran. How was the tafkir? How was the thinking? Good thinking. For long. He gave it, he think it for quite some time. Tafkiran masalan. Tawilan. Tafkiran tawilan. Tafkiran jayidan. So there are many ways you can explain. You can use maf'ul mutlaq in the sentence. Tafkiran masalan, tafkiran jayidan, tafkiran tawilan, and so on and so forth. Okay, this is the first jumlah. Let us try number 2. Tartib. Tartiban. Tartib, this is similar to tafkir. The pattern is similar. The wazan is the same. So can you guess what is the fi'l? Tartib, tafkir. Tafkir, tartib. Tafkir, fa'ara, fakkara. Tartib,
Rottaba.
rattaba. Yes, good. Okay, once you are familiar with the wazan, this will be very easy. Tartib, rattaba. If you are not sure how did we get this rattaba, so again, you have to refer to the wazan. Tartib, this is taf'il. This is taf'il. So taf'il from the lesson, taf'il is fa'ala. So tartib is rattaba. Okay, so this is the word rattaba. Rattaba means to arrange. Rattaba is to arrange. So let us make a sentence. Somebody arrange something, and then you put tartiban in the end. Rattaba. Who arranged what?
At-talibu
At-talibu.
anil
Rattaba at-talibu. his books, for example. Or what else? Rattabat talibu. Yes, you can say al-kutub. Mungkin. Rattaba at-talibu al-kutuba. Okay. And then put the maf'ul mutlaq.
Tartiban.
Tartiban. Okay. So now you have a masdar. You have a maf'ul mutlaq to explain, to emphasize, sorry. But let's say you want to add another word. You want to say, oh, he arranged the book according to the in alphabetical order, for example. How was the tartib? So you can add another word. I give you the word how to say alphabetical. Alphabet. Alphabet is actually an Arabic word. Alphabet is alif, ba. You see the similarity of alphabet and alif, ba? Alif, ba. Alif, ba, alphabet. So in Arabic we say alif, ba, iya. Alif, ba, iya. In alphabetical order. Alphabaiyah, we say. Tartiban alphabaiyah. So this is the alphabetical order, alphabaiyah. Okay, so now with another word after the maf'ul mutlaq, it becomes alif ba'iyah, alphabaiyah or alif ba'iyah. Sorry, alif ba'iyah. Now, so it becomes maf'ul mutlaq to explain the type. We try number 3. Fathan. Fathan. What is the fi'l? This is a 3-letter fi'l, so no wazn to follow. Can you guess? Fathan. 3-letter fi'l. This is easy. 3-letter fi'l. Fa. Fa, ta, and ha. How do you read the word? Three-letter fi'l.
Fataha.
Fataha. This is fataha. Okay, ma mana fataha?
Open.
Open, yes. Fataha bermakna open. Fataha. Fataha yaftahu fathan. So fathan is to open. So let us try a sentence. Fataha.
Albab.
Okay. Al-bab, yes, good. But who? Man fataha al-bab? This guy is fine. Fataha al-waladu al-bab. Okay, this is the normal sentence. Al-walad fataha al-bab. Just add the masdar. You say, indeed, he has really opened the door. Fataha al-babu fathan. Okay. So this is the maf'ul mutlaq to emphasize. In the Quran, Allah said, Inna fatahna, the same word, fataha. Inna fatahna laka fathan mubina. So here the word fataha here is open, but the meaning is a bit different. Indeed, Allah said, indeed we have opened for you, we have given you a victory. Fataha, another meaning of fataha is victory. To conquer is fataha as well. So if we have made for you a victory, what kind of victory? Fathan mubina, a very clear victory. So this is also another example, but this is from the Quran. Alright. Let us try. Yeah.
Like kalau yang for the example tu fataha al-walid al-bab fathan wasi'an pun boleh kan?
Yes, you want to say you open it widely, and you say fathan wasi'an. Yes, you can add in the end. Boleh. Fatahal waladul baba fathan wasi'an. Sahih. So now it is to explain how did he open, no longer to emphasize. Now, ihtiram, to respect. This is 5-letter fi'l. Ihtiram. Find the masdar. Ihtiram, the masdar is
Iftial.
iftial. Good. So this is iftial. So when you know the masdar iftial, you should know the fi'l. Iftial, the fi'l is
افتعل
ifta'ala. So the wazan is ifta'ala. What is the fi'l then?
Ihtaram.
Ihtarama. Ihtarama. Ihtarama to respect. So just put a fa'il. Who respected whom? Ihtarama. And this guy respected the time, for example. Yeah. Ihtarama
الرجل
al-rajulu. Ihtarama al-rajulu al-time. Al-waqta. And then put the word ihtiraman in the end. Okay, so now it becomes maf'ul mutlaq. Ihtarama ar-rajulu al-waqta ihtiraman. Ihtiraman. Nah. You can add an adjective if you want. Ihtiraman jayyidan. Sahih. Nah. Rakam 5. Siyaman. Siyaman. Can you guess what is the fi'il?
Ustaz,
Ya.
yang nombor
Nombor 4.
yang nombor 4 tu wazan dia infial.
Lagi sekali. Nombor 4.
Wazan dia infial ke?
Iftial. Betul. The wazan, this is the wazan for number 4.
Kalau if'ilal,
Kalau
if'ilal.
if'ilal. If'ilal. Okay, let us see. Boleh tak if'ilal? Let us check. Can we say if'ilal for ihtiram? We can check. Ihtiram. You say if'ilal. If'ilal. The pattern looks similar, but is it the... Okay, if you look at if'ilal, what are the additional letters? If'ilal. Mana huruf tambahan dia? Alif. What else? Lam. You have, alif, and then this alif, the second alif. And do you see this lam and lam? We have fa. Fa is the original letter. Ain is the original letter. But what happened to the lam? You have double lam. You have 2 lam. So when you have 2 lam, it means that what is the fi'il? If ilal, the fi'il is if Allah, where you have this. Do you see any similar letters here? Ihtiram. Look at the last 2 letters, ra and mim. They are not the same letter, right? So this tells us that this is not if'ilal, because if it is if'ilal, so this letter must be similar to the last one, lam, lam, lam. If'ilal, the example for if'ilal is ihmirar. You look at the last letter, ra, and the letter before alif is also ra. So then here you can say if'ilal, but not ihtiram, because the last letter and the letter before alif is a different letter. Boleh ya? So this is not if'ilal, but rather it is iftial. So how do you know it is iftial? You can compare. Ihtarama, ifta'ala, alif. So this is the alif, the additional letter, alif. The ta, additional letter. So what is the root word? Ha, ra, mim. Fa, la. Okay. So this is the correct wazan. Ifta'ala and not if'ila. Okay. Okay. We go to the last one. Siyam. Siyam.
فعال
Fi'al. Fi'al. Okay. This is not fi'al. Why is not fi'al? You see this one?
oh bukan
Harful illa. Of course, the pattern look like fi'al, yeah? But this is not fi'al. Here, this is harful illa. This is a 3-letter fi'al. Even though it looks like fi'al, but it is not. No. This is a 3-letter fi'al from the word sama.
So,
Sama yasumu. What makna sama yasumu? Sama yasumu.
Fast.
Fast, right? Fasting Ramadan. Fasting during the Ramadan, we say sama yasumu. And what is the masdar? If you refer to the dictionary, you will see that okay, just an additional information. For the masdar, for the 3-letter fi'il, sometimes you can have more than one masdar. So for example, this word, if you look in the dictionary, they will say sama yasumu, the masdar. The first masdar is saum. This is the one that we normally use, right? We say saum Ramadan. Nawaitu sauma ghadin. That is one of the masdar. Another masdar is siyam. So sometimes you will see they have more than one masdar, siyam. In this case, they choose the word siyam. Siyam. Okay? Siyam. Okay. So now you know the fi'il. What is the fi'il? You can actually use either fi'il madi, fi'il mudari, or fi'il amar. It is not a problem. In our example, we use fi'il madi, but you can use fi'il mudari. You can say yasumu if you want. Yasumu. Okay? Write a fa'il. Who fast? Al-Muslim.
Repeat. Fokus pula. Aku dah jawab. Mana cakap rasmi yang bodoh. Tak, sebab tak cakap. Sama.
Okay, Muslim. Wa yasumul muslimu siyaman. If you just say siyaman, then it becomes tawkid, to emphasis, siyaman. But you can also explain what kind of siyam, what kind of fast is that. Maybe you want to say, sunnah fasting. Siyama sunnah. Siyama Ramadan. Or sawma Ramadan. Both are correct. Yeah. Okay. But in this case, we just say siyam, siyaman, to emphasize. Okay. Any question? Boleh ke ni? Boleh ya. So it is not a difficult topic. The difficult part is to find the masdar. Itu sajalah. To find the masdar. Okay. So kalau tak ada soalan, I guess that is the lesson for today. So we will stick with we will follow with the schedule yang tadi lah for the presentation. So stick with that. So inshallah we'll be able to finish. We will be able to cover the lesson inshallah. Okay. Any other question?
no, Ustaz.
Yeah. Okay. If there's no question, thank you very much. Nakhtatim ad-darsa bi tasbih kafara wa surah al-asr. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal 'asri innal insana lafi khusr illa allazina amanu wa 'amilus solihat wa tawassaw bil haqq wa tawassaw bis sabr. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Okay. Wa ila liqa. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam Ustaz. Syukran.
Kan, ila liqa.
Ustaz.
Afwan.